It seems recently that Dealership Tycoon has been adding more and more SUVs. Like last week, there was the not the Lamborghini, the Range Rover Velar. Then the week before, there was that trophy truck, and now this week, we've got the Audi RS Q8, which is essentially a sleeper cut price version of the Urus, the Lamborghini Urus. Urus, however you want to pronounce it. It's a very interesting car, the Audi QRS8, because well, as I've said, it's a Lamborghini Urus underneath. But the reason people don't tend to buy it, despite the fact that it's cheaper, is because of the badge. I mean, who wants an Audi when you can have a Lamborghini? That's also a similar thing that people end up getting with the Audi R8 and the Lamborghini Huracan. I think, however, my thing with it is, it's not very, I don't know, cool. Because it does literally just look like a bigger version of the Audi Q3. Which is essentially just a bigger version of the Audi A3. Which is essentially a posh Golf. I don't really understand why they haven't made it look very special. I think this is how it looks in real life as well, it's not a fake model. So, maybe I can see why people prefer to buy the Lamborghini. It's a coupe SUV. Usually, those aren't very good. That's a bit of an understatement. The first coupe SUV I can think of was the BMW X6, and that was absolutely and totally horrible in every single way. Usually the coupe SUVs also don't live up to the SUV thing. Because the U in SUV stands for utilitarian. Coupe SUVs aren't, to put it politely. This one is and isn't the same. It is the same because it's luxurious. It's a big expensive Audi, what were you expecting? There's only one big expensive Audi that isn't luxurious. The R8. And that's not even on sale anymore. No, this actually is more utilitarian than you'd think. It can tow a caravan. It can actually tow more than its own weight. Most big SUVs you can't actually tow anything with them. But this one's different. Which is pretty good. At last, a mildly utilitarian coupe SUV. I still prefer the Urus though. You can't actually launch it, but I'm going to try and get as high as possible and then floor it. Did you see the way it squats down when you launch it? It's pretty comical. But what's even funnier is when you actually get to the corners. First of all, there's the braking. The dive under braking is unacceptable. It's terrible. But the worst thing, by far and away the worst thing, is just how understeery it is. It can definitely pull things that weigh more than it, but you definitely get a sense of how heavy it is. This is like trying to steer a boat. Actually, no, that's mean. To the boat. The brakes are decent, I will admit. Like, look at this. Here's 100. Brake. But they're only decent. And that's even because, well, they're probably actually really good brakes, but they've got to just put up with this heavy lump of misery. Actually, it's not misery. It's funny, but it's funny because of how cack it is. I really... Jesus Christ. Well, this should be interesting on the race circuit. When cars first come out in Dealership Tycoon, I always make a habit of going to the race circuit and giving them a shakedown. just so that I know how to drive them on the circuit without just taking loads of time and crashing everywhere. Let's just say this one took longer than most to learn how to actually properly drive it. Anyway, here we go. Look at the body lean. This is such a joke car. Right. Up here. Lacks a little bit of torque in fifth. Try and keep it close to the wall. Through the kink under the rock arch. Brake. Down this section over the road. Oh, 33 seconds dead. I will admit it did take me ages to get to that point though, so take of that as you will. This is pretty much a car that you should only get if you want a meme. It's actually alone in the market, because you know, if you want a big SUV for around 175k, your nearest option is the trophy truck, and that's rubbish, so you really want to avoid that. But yeah, other than that, nothing else there. But if you do want a practical car for around 175k, here's a suggestion. Audi RS6, what was ever wrong with that? Now, there's no blooper reel today, which is good, because it means I'm getting better at making videos. But on that bombshell, thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll get another video out today.